killed one out of a muddy this year, did you not?
With a bow, I did.
Yeah, so did I.
Sure did.
So,
sure did.
Yeah, did you use the vertical or horizontal?
I shot him out of the vertical. I saw him out of the horizontal on the right side of the blind. Actually, it was a 360 deal because I was looking back this way, and we ended up shooting him all the way around this way. Wade and I were watching two different directions, and it was danger. And I had just pulled the blind there like 4 or 5 days prior to that. We built it, pulled it there because all the trees were too short. It was brushy. I felt like this was his bedding area. Put the blind in place, and like 4 or 5 days later, killed him at 4 steps. So it didn't intrude or bother him at all. I took a chance, rolled the dice, and it paid off, but I killed him out of a vertical.
It gets back to that structure. They somehow, way, shape, or form, feel as though they're somewhat secure when they've got that structure to move around. I don't know why, but we've seen it where whitetails just congregate in and around those blinds, provided you don't overhunt them and give them a reason to fear that area. So we're pretty cautious, and it gets back to that learning curve about how to hunt out of blinds. But I, too, killed a deer out of the muddy. It was like the next day after we were at Muddy, we had meetings there with Todd and Ryan and those guys, and we were lucky enough to kill one out of a muddy. And I, too, was hunting out a vertical window with a bow, but I had to crawl forward. I was down on my knees to draw and crawled forward, kept crawling forward until I got him in sight, and it worked out good. So, yes, the range of motion is pretty wide.
It'll spoil you, really, when you're out there. If you think about the move you had to make to kill that Missouri deer, if you're in a tree stand and you can't see him, you've got to wait for him to give you the opportunity, because if you go moving around without any wind or enough back cover, they're going to pick you, right?
Right.
Whereas in the blind, you were like, I'm just going to scoot over. He's distracted.
I just kept crawling forward.
He's distracted in the scrape. You made your move, and that goes back to your experience, and you killed a giant because of it.
Well, and it tells you about the room inside of that blind. There's 2 guys, and we're still able to do that. A camera guy and the hunter, and we're still able to get by with that movement. So it kind of works both ways in both instances there.
Absolutely.